Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Book Podcast. I'm Marco.
I'm Charles.
And today we're going to talk about anime. But before we get started, I just want to remind any new listeners to subscribe to the channel, if you could, please. It helps out a lot.
And leave a like and a comment, because those are actually needed for other people to see our videos.
Yeah, definitely. But let's get into the anime, starting with the spring season 2017.
Yay!
It's actually a really exciting season.
Yeah, I mean, we got to actually, it's a lot better than the winter, because we actually have a lot of titles that we can actually look at.
Yeah, instead of just, Dragon Maids and, geez, what else was there?
Crazy chicks who was in the military that had magical powers, but they were like warlords that were stuck in the body of a little girl.
Oh,
yeah.
And then Konosuba season 2, but neither of us watched that.
Yeah, like I'm not into the whole Konosuba scene. Like, I'm going to watch when I have some free time. That's, after I done played every game I could possibly play on the Switch.
Oh, Sorry. Yeah. Switch is taking up a lot of time. But let's get into this anime, starting off with My Hero Academia Season 2.
Whew. Something I was actually waiting for quite a long time. No, I didn't see the first episode yet. I wanted to wait and let it simmer a little bit before I actually get time to actually sit down and watch it, because I do not want to be distracted when I'm watching that. I don't want any kind of outside interferences. Like, I might even have to lock my cats up. No, that's not cat cruelty. Don't think like that.
Yeah, but first up, Charles, what's the plot of My Hero Academia?
It is what a lot of people have been waiting for. Tournament time.
Oh, yes. For those of you who have not seen Season 1 of My Hero Academia, it's the story of Deku, a kid who's born in the 20% of the world's population that has no superpower.
Oh, so that's what you meant. I thought you meant what was going on with the second season. I'm like, I could spoil it for everybody, but I don't want to do that.
Oh,
but
no.
Tell me more, Marco.
Yes, Deku, he has this big dream. He wants to be a superhero, just like his idol, All Might. But, being without a superpower, that kind of makes it really hard to actually be a superhero in this world. Because, not everyone could be Batman, and Deku's not really rich enough to be Batman.
Oh, so I guess that ends of the anime. No hero.
No! First episode, Deku meets his hero, All Might.
Yes.
And through a bunch of twists and turns and a lot of crazy kooky quirk nonsense,
yes,
Deku might actually be able to become a hero.
But will he?
Well, in the first episode of this season, they say, this is a story of how I became the greatest hero of all time.
But it can't be possible, because All Might is the greatest hero of all time.
Well, the narration's set in the future, so maybe.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah. You do get that sense of kids, this is a story of how I became the greatest hero of all time. It all happened in the summer of 2009 when your Aunt Robin and Uncle Barney. Yeah, but I really enjoyed this show. It's a really good shonen anime.
Of 2016, it was probably one of the best animes of the year.
Yeah, in 2017, it's looking like it'll be the best again.
Well, it's going to have some competition. There's quite a few titles that's coming out this year that people are going to be looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, a lot of shows. But still, My Hero Academia really stands out as one of those big shows.
Honestly, for me, I know it's going to be my favorite. Because, Deku, he's by far one of my most favorite new and upcoming, heroes in a long time. We no longer have Naruto, Ichigo. We just gave up on that. And One Piece is too many episodes too far for me to even try to hop into. So I'm excited about this. I'm hoping that they continue this anime on. I see that they're doing 12 episode spurts, which I'm perfectly fine with, because when you start pushing
it's actually 13.
Oh, it's going to be 13?
Yeah, it's been 13 last season, probably this season too.
Maybe I got distracted by episode 10 from season 1. Plus Ultra! Okay, I'm done. And if you haven't watched it yet, please watch all of it, because when that moment happens, I promise you're going to poop your pants.
Yes, and it is available on Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Oh, nice, because they now have that partnership.
Oh, yeah. It's the best anime couple of the season. Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and if you feel as if it'll be too much to pay for those two, because one of them is $6.99, the other one is, I believe, $9.99?
Yeah, I think something like that.
US dollars? You can always get Verve. And this is not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored, but Verve is really awesome. You should definitely check that out. It's
VRV.
Totally awesome. And do you have anything else to say about My Hero Academia?
Oh, no. It's one of those things where I want people to watch for themselves so they could be like, okay, now we know why these two guys were excited about this little kid in the green jumpsuit.
Yeah. There's so much you could say about the show, but you just have to watch it for yourselves, really.
And I feel like after the first, I'm one of those people, 3 episodes, let me know if I'm going to continue on or, quit. First episode drew me in. If the first episode you're just feeling like, oh, this is one of your typical, like, Shogun anime, it is not. I promise you that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like, if you are not in it by episode 2, just give up. Give up on life, really.
Like, that's it. Just tell your parents you love them. Walk off the edge of a bridge. Please do not do that.
We're not endorsing you to commit suicide, but just,
We're trying to endorse you to enjoy great anime in your life.
Yes. Also, Charles, I know you don't like this next show we're going to talk about.
Oh, not this again.
But you are a fan of the manga.
Yes, I am.
And I'm talking specifically about Attack on Titan Season 2.
Okay. Do you want me to start off on why I feel the way I feel? I believe people have probably heard of it before, but just in case you're new and you don't feel like going back, it's probably one of those oddball episodes that we first started off doing. It's not the problem that I have, like, Attack on Titan is like a bad anime. It's actually pretty good. The animation, I enjoy it. It's something that I wouldn't mind watching. It just upsets me because people say it's the savior of anime, like... No, anime never died. It didn't need to be saved. It's just another title that can be added on to one of the other great titles that's out there. But instead, everyone is like, oh my god, Attack on Titan is the best thing ever. And it's just like, calm your jugs. It's good. Maybe even considered great by some people, but it's not the savior of anime. Now, the manga, I enjoy it more, which it's funny how it took the anime for people to actually realize what it was when, the manga is just, it's phenomenal. But I'm going to let you put your 2 cents in, Marco, because I don't want to be Attack on Titan bash.
Okay, so from my point of view, because I actually like the anime, and it's been like 4 years since the first season came out. And
4 years?
It's been 4 years.
So you mean tell me people have went through college and they still haven't had an opportunity?
Yeah, people are in a totally different part of their lives now. In the time it took between season 1 and 2, a lot of people have just moved on. But a lot of fans are still coming back because they've had things like the live action movie, spin-offs, the manga was going on.
Yeah, they had 2 spin-off mangas.
Oh yeah, and they constantly had commercials featuring Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So it never left the Japanese or American zeitgeist, really.
Yeah. Even when the movies weren't that great, people still was like, give me more.
Yeah, everyone just keeps wanting this show and this manga and this everything to come back into their lives. And would I say the wait was worth it? Kind of. Kind of. And if you've read the manga, you probably are familiar with where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And sadly, this is only 12 episodes compared to last season, which was, I think, 25.
Yeah. Well, are they going to do like a 2-season arc, or it's just going to be 12 episodes? Because I know that they said that this is supposed to be it. Like, this is what you're getting. We're done. Nothing else.
Yeah. Well, they're just going to do this one specific arc.
Okay.
And I think next year they'll probably do the next one.
No, wait another 4 years.
Yeah. I'm sure they did this break, like 12 episodes this year, and then sooner we could get the next 12 episodes instead of waiting longer and longer, because the manga is actually monthly instead of weekly. So that's why it's been taking so long for us to get new episodes and new content out. But I'm going to go into a little bit of anime spoilers and manga spoilers. If you don't want to listen, you could go to this time code right here. But me and Charles are going to talk about spoilers right now.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Danger, danger. William Robinson.
Will Robinson, danger, danger. So, first episode of the season, Beast Titan comes.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it goes straight into that. It goes.
Oh, so it's that one like trailer that they keep showing where like somebody's like, "What the heck is that? Is that a Beast Titan?" Horse starts flying.
Yeah, that's your introduction to the Beast Titan. He
just throws a horse.
Big monkey guy walking around, picks up a horse, throws it at the guy.
Well, no, first introduction was in the last season when like the one human seen him and he was like, "Hello, can you speak my language?" Like,
no, that was in the manga.
Oh, okay.
They adapted that into this episode.
Oh, I already thought that people already knew about the Beast Titan.
No, the Beast Titan was a big surprise. This episode was even called the Beast Titan.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of anime only fans are like really like,
oh my god, what is this?
What's going on? A Titan can talk? And then there's already fan theories that are totally wrong about who it is. Again, spoilers.
So there's people who's like, okay, we're not even going to read the manga. We're just going to come up with our own thing. See, that's one thing I can say I enjoy about like, anime only fans, that like they could sit there and say, okay, I don't want to be spoiled by anything, let's come up with our own theories. I mean, it sucks because we already have the material there. Like certain titles, I'll reach out for and just be like, I want to read the manga. Like My Hero Academia. I started reading manga and now I'm just like, I want to watch this season, but I want to wait for like the 12 episodes so I can just like, just fly right through it. Just like binge watch it. Because, last year it was like crack with My Hero Academia. Just wait for each episode. I'm like, man, I need some more. What are you doing, Charles? I need my next fix of My Hero Academia.
You don't have any good veins left, Charles. What's going on?
Can't help it.
Charles, we're gonna send you to rehab.
Anime rehab. But I just feel like more people should take the opportunity instead of like guessing on what's going on. Read the manga. You'll know what's there. And if you don't want to be spoiled by it, don't start coming up with crazy theories because the answer is there.
Do you want to know what one of the theories is?
I gotta hear these.
Okay, so as soon as people saw the Beast Titan...
One question.
Yes.
Did someone say Levi?
No.
Okay, good.
But someone did have the fan theory like, okay, the Beast Titan, it's definitely Aaron's dad and he came back. And if you read the manga, you definitely know that's not true at all.
Can we spoil the manga here?
Spoilers for the manga.
So we're doing a spoiler and it's to a spoiler. Okay, so we just... Okay.
We're spoilception right now.
Okay.
Spoilers inside spoilers.
Whew, okay, so we're about to spoil the manga. I mean, if you, for some strange reason, don't want to hear this, are we going to make like another like time card?
Yeah, so you can check the timestamps in the description if you just want to skip all the anime spoilers that we're going to do. Go to the descriptions, it'll be right there.
Okay. Aaron's father, he's dead. He's deader than dead. That motherfucker gone. He don't exist. Yeah, like there's no point in him coming back. So next theory.
All right. Well, that was basically it for the Beast Titan theories that I saw.
Oh, that actually that you remember, because the rest of it was like, I'm not gonna waste brain power on remembering this.
Yeah. I'm surprised if like a lot of people haven't picked up on the fact that Annie's teammates aren't the other two Titans that we saw.
It's one of those. I remember when I first seen like the two Titans, and then I seen the one blonde haired kid, and I was just looking at him. I'm like, he looks kind of weird. He looks suspicious. And then after the situation with Annie, I'm like, okay, no one else is going to even question the fact that her two friends that she done had since like the beginning of this whole crap, if she's a Titan, they would have either known. And I mean, there was even moments where they like go off to the side and have their own little personal conversation. I'm like, to the hell with that. Arrest their ass.
Yeah.
I ain't playing no games. I would just push this even further with them going into Titans, trying to destroy the wall. Like, nah. We knew this was coming.
Oh, yeah. But there's a lot of interesting parts that, if you've read the manga, it feels repetitive, but at the same time, it's really good to see it in anime form, because it looks really beautiful, the show.
I mean, I will watch it. I'm just... first season, I think I've seen maybe the first couple episodes where like he went through the training and everything, and then I think that was it. But after these 12 episodes for this season, I think I'll just binge watch everything.
Yeah, sounds fair.
I mean, I'm not totally against it. It's just that it hurts me that people think this is like the savior of anime, and I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, I think that's considered the savior of anime because it was at that time when Crunchyroll was really getting big.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just jumped onto this. Like Sword Art Online.
Yep. Shh, we can't talk about
Sword Art. We can't talk about Sword Art Online because, taboo.
Yeah, there's some people who's like, oh, I like Sword Art Online. Like, yeah. Even the second half of the first season was great. What did you say?
Yeah, even like the second season. Like, what the fuck? And the movie, like, blasphemy. Crucify that man.
Wait, have you guys seen the movie?
No, we haven't seen the movie.
Okay, because I've seen like what takes place in the movie, and it looks exciting. Like from what I've seen and what I was told, even like spoilers included, which we're not going to explain because that'd be a whole nother podcast. Like I want to go see that movie. But we're here about Attack on Titan.
We're here about the spring anime season, not last season.
Okay, so are we done with Attack on Titan spoilers?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay.
And you should be back from spoilers now.
Okay, spoilers are now completely ended. So, Attack on Titan, I would say, even though I'm not like a huge fan of it, I am going to watch it once this season is over with. It's a must watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think this season will probably only cover up until like chapter 50-something.
Yeah, probably.
So there's a lot of good stuff in this season.
I could say that. Like, I mean, I've only checked out, like, just the main titles that I know I want to, like, hop into, which, are we going to say the next one? The next one?
What's the next one?
Which would be the next one? Would it be a continuation of an anime that we was hoping would actually end and not have so many fillers after dozens and dozens of years, but we still love the characters, but we dealt with the fillers because we cared about them so much?
Are we talking about Dragon Ball Super? No, just kidding. We're talking about Boruto, Naruto, The Next Generations.
Yes. I feel like they put the name in the title just so people could know there's still a Naruto anime, okay?
Oh yeah, just in case someone's searching and being like, Naruto, I want to look up some Naruto episodes. Oh, Boruto, I guess I'll watch this on Funimation. Oh no, not Funimation. I guess I'll watch this on Crunchyroll or Hulu or Netflix or whatever it's going to be on.
I feel like there should be a guide for people who do want to watch Naruto, and it should be like, filler free.
You know, I think it'd be really smart if they did like a Naruto Kai, like Dragon Ball Kai.
Yeah.
And just like cut out all the filler and have anime only stuff.
Oh, dude, that makes some. And just like do Botoro, and do like maybe like 12 episodes, and then just take a break, and then just do Naruto Kai. Give them all the episodes that was actually from the like manga. That's like none of that anime filler crap. Some of it I didn't mind, but it's a lot of it that was just like, really, you didn't need to drag that.
That actually be pretty smart. Like if they have a 12 to 24, 26 episode run, and then like the rest of the year, Naruto Kai.
Yeah.
And so you still have Naruto in the minds of like the Japanese and American audiences.
And that way they can actually, it'll be better animation because, Naruto first came out, 2006?
2, 3?
Oh, it was early? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I know the manga came out around that. Whoa. Manga's like 17 years, 15, 16, 17 years?
Oh, God. It's been... Okay. Yeah, the anime has been around for 15 years.
Yeah.
Because this year was the 15th anniversary.
Okay. Oh, good God. So, yeah, 2002.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah, so we could just go ahead and just do a Naruto Kai. Just restart everything. And, I think not only will it pull in, like, current fans, but people who just left away, like myself, because I was not going to deal with, like, all those fillers, bring them back in. Like, I would dip in and out of Naruto Shippuden when, like, someone would tell me, hey, guess who's fighting? Like, when the Madara, when he was fighting, I was like, oh, I have to see that. And it was a fight worth watching. Like,
oh, yeah.
So many peons destroyed.
And the Kakashi Obito fight, the final Sasuke and Naruto fight. Just, you had to come back for all those.
Like, one thing I could say, and I hope they continue this on, like, their fighting animation is just beautiful. But I am just hoping that since this is a new Naruto series, keep the animation, like, on par. Like, don't have, like, those episodes where it's just, like, sad looking anime. You're just like, yeah, we didn't invest this much money in an episode. We only had 3 people in the office at the time putting this together. Like, keep it consistent, because, it's 2017. There's 12 episode animations out there where they put they all into all 12 episodes, and it's like most people are staying just because of the animation.
Oh yeah.
Like I could throw out a few titles like Kids Niver. That was really beautiful.
One Punch Man.
Oh, hopefully we get that second season this year. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully summer or maybe even fall.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pushing more towards fall because I feel like it came out summer of 2015, right?
Jeez, it's been so long. No, I think it was fall 2015.
I feel like fall would be the perfect opportunity because summer, no one's really trying to watch anime. Like, everyone's out.
Some anime fans, they probably want to stay in.
Oh, yeah.
The sun hurts.
And then, true anime fans, they're going to be too busy playing Splatoon 2. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. If you have a Switch, you know what you're going to do during the summer.
No. Everybody's going to have a Switch by the summer.
If they get back in stock.
Oh, you know what? Funny enough.
Oh, yeah. Actually, this month, they're going to have more in stock.
Yeah, they're going to have more in stock, but it's hilarious because, like, the job that I do, it requires me to be in certain retail stores. And one of the stores, which it's a big store, but because of the area that it's in, no one really pays attention to, like, all the, I would say, oddball electronics. Most people know about, Xbox One and the PS4. While I was there Monday, they had, 12 Switches on the shelves. Of course, it was in, their casings.
Uh-huh.
But, and I was talking to one of the employees. I'm like, and he's a gamer also. So I'm like, dude, what is going on with all these, Nintendo Switches? And he was like, the crazy part? I have 2 more cases in the back. Jeez. And there's 6 in the case. And I'm like, why do you have so many Switches in stock? They was like, we have been told to put them out in increments. I was like, okay, I'm hoping that's not some Nintendo craziness, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know with Nintendo stuff. But do you want to talk about Boruto?
Oh,
the first episode that we saw.
Yes. First, 2 minutes?
That was... If the show was just that, I would be hooked. But something's telling me we have another 2-3 years before we get anywhere close to that.
I felt like it was... Okay, as exciting as that was, they should have never shown it. They should have...
But now, that's your hook.
It is, but, I feel like it's the hook that we really didn't need. Because, I mean, the fact that we're even continuing with Naruto. We have him being Hokage now. We have his son. We have his daughter. He's married to Hinata. These are all the characters that we know and love. And we're just seeing their lives continue. Which, I mean, I don't know about you, but that's what hooked me in. Yeah. Now, seeing that and seeing how that's actually tied in, like, you have to watch the episode in order to know what we're talking about. If you haven't, I feel like you should just come back and listen to this. But, like, sit down in the manga, and then, like, okay, even when they threw it in the manga, it was just, like, some random chapter, and we like, is this canon? Is it not? What's going on? Now that we see that, like, that's canon in the universe, it's like, what about everything else?
Yeah.
Is this spoiler territory again that we're falling into?
I mean, spoilers for, like, the first episode. If you haven't seen it yet, just skip to this time code right here. But we're just going to go right into this right now.
Okay. So, supposedly, Boruto, he's fighting...
Boruto?
Yeah, Boruto. I don't know why I'm calling him Boruto. Boruto is fighting this villain, which we have no idea who he is. They haven't really said much. I've done my research. He just have a name, and that's it. I can't remember it because I'm like, okay, this is no character that I actually know.
I think it's like Denkai.
Yeah.
The kid he meets in the episode.
Okay. Oh, so he meet him as a kid in the first episode?
Yeah, that's the one that was with him.
Oh my god, why did I not notice that? I did not notice that at all. I'm an idiot. So, is this going to be like every episode where it's going to show like a certain portion of his life? And like after a while, we're just going to have to put them all together, or they do like maybe in 2 or 3 years, or maybe in 5-10 years, they do like a 3, 4, 5 year jump where it shows him an adult and we get flashbacks of these certain parts. And it's like, okay, this is what these parts of these episodes now fit into like his life.
Yeah. I'm thinking we're not going to get every episode is going to be a flash forward to this.
Oh,
it's going to be
nice.
Every once in a while, so you have to tune in each week. Maybe this week they'll go forward, maybe they won't, and maybe we'll never see it again until we actually get to that point. And this was the hook. This was the thing that actually made you want to see the show and like watch the progression from start to like this point where it looks like the entire Leaf Village is destroyed.
Yeah. Okay, so it looked like as if the Leaf Village had advanced to a point where it looked like an actual like modern day city. Because if you look at the buildings, there were like high rises and like office buildings of some sort. I'm just looking like, how far have technology advanced? Like in these like gaps, because like even in like the first Boruto movie where he's like, using like machines to do jutsus.
Yes, and even like TVs and all these weird things that you never really saw in the original Naruto.
Yeah, so it's nice to show that technology have advanced. But now with this part that they revealed where it's like, okay, he's fighting this villain now who destroys the Leaf Village, does Naruto die?
He does say the words, "I'll send you where I sent the 7th Hokage."
Now that right there can mean anything.
It can mean I killed him, I sent him to hell. It could mean I sent him to another dimension using my new superpower or new jutsu.
Or he could have sent them to like a place where the tail beasts are at.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, when the tail beasts are sealed inside someone, they're, like, in a special place. But, I mean, there's so much speculation that can go on here.
And let's do a little bit more speculation. Let's talk about those tattoos.
Okay. I remember you had told me, like somewhat curse marks. And I was like, curse marks? Like, I agree. Like, because I was even looking to see, like, if anybody even mentioned, like, what exactly that they are. No one really knows. Are they, like, to increase his chakra? This what's really throwing me off right now. Like, they look cool. And
they
I'm like,
do.
Yeah. And then the fact that, like, first of all, it was, like, opposite eyes, first of all, when they had, like, charged up. They're, like, their tattoos or whatever they are. And the whole, like, eye thing that was going on. Where, like, the villain, his eye kind of glowed a little bit. Then, Boruto, his eye glowed also. But, I mean, also he has Byakugan in one eye. Which, by the way, they even show him as a kid having that. Which, like, blew my mind. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what the plan is. But I'm along for the train ride. I don't care where it's going.
Literally, there are actually trains in the world now.
Yeah. Well, no, in some of the first couple of Naruto movies, there were, like, trains.
I mean, in the village?
Oh, they were outside the village. Like,
yeah.
Well,
I'm talking about the public transport system,
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought about that. It's getting to the point now. I feel like the timeline. First of all, technology is advancing too fast for them. I just feel like that because I'm like, okay, when Naruto was a kid, like where this like television coming from? I feel like Boruto, like when he becomes an adult, they gonna have like flat screen TVs. I'm like, wait, no, work your way up. You just got the box model. Oh, I didn't have that when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that, Legend of Korra time skip, where, like, technology just advanced really quickly.
Yeah.
But even sooner, because it's only from Naruto's childhood to his adulthood.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even with, like, the whole, like, Avatar, because I mean, Aang was a child, he already became an adult and he passed on, but his oldest son was like an adult, like he was much older, he had children, and I'm like, I mean, that was, I would say, given 100 years with that time. And,
Yeah, about that much.
Yeah, but for Naruto, it's, yeah, like he, what, in his like 20s, late 20s, early 30s?
No, I'm saying like maybe mid-30s.
Yeah. So it haven't even really been like a 50-year gap for technology to advance at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about Botoro. This
Burrito.
No, I'm excited about it. I'm just looking forward to see what's going to happen next.
Oh yeah, we're on for the ride. We're ready for this. Even with the filler,
Yeah.
I'll watch some filler.
I feel like everything is, I mean, because they do have a manga, right?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it'll be more of what's going to be done in the anime. It's not going to really, like, they're going to work side by side, the anime and the manga, like
Yeah.
how Dragon Ball Super is.
Yeah, which is a perfect transition to Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. Oh, so we already hopping? Okay, we out of spoiler territory, and we now in Dragon Ball Super.
Welcome back, everyone. So, Dragon Ball Super, we're on episode, what, 82 or something like
I
that?
think it's 84.
84.
And Goku don't know how to spar properly.
I guess not.
Like, I'm like,
Wait, but first, let's backtrack all the way to the beginning of Super
Okay.
and how we both just detested the whole thing.
So, I was kind of on board with like, okay, Dragon Ball Z is coming back with Dragon Ball Kai. When it got Super, it was like, oh, we're going to retell the first two movies of the new generation of Dragon Ball Z. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can deal with that. Animation was horrible. I was just like, what are we watching? Like, there's no way in the world that they're letting this pass. Like, you mean to me fans came back for this? No. Funny enough, there are some fans out there that they didn't care. They're just like, my childhood is back.
Yes, those Dragon Ball faithful were adamant. They're just like, at least we're getting Dragon Ball. Be glad with what you have.
And I'm just like, we're in a day and age where I don't care. I'm putting my hard-earned internet speeds to download these torrents.
Or watching it on Crunchyroll, because eventually it did get on Crunchyroll and Funimation. But that took a long time. That was like episode 50.
Yeah. And even then, like, I know, of course, with the English, like the American, like, dub over that they did, the animation was better. It was completely different from, like, the Japanese broadcasting ones. But still at the same time, it's like, you do it right the first time, you ain't gotta, clean it up.
Yeah. But that seems to be the trend now. It's like, we'll half-ass it for the broadcast, but then Blu-rays come out, we'll polish it just a little bit more.
Exactly.
Or in the case of censorship, because,
of course,
Japanese TV, you kind of have to censor violence now for some weird reason. And by the way, Super seems like it's cutting out all the blood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's one of those things. It's always been in Dragon Ball Z, but I guess to make it a kid-appropriate show, because, I mean, that's what a lot of anime is, like, trying to target, especially with something that's lighthearted like Dragon Ball Super. I mean, I'm fine with it. It's not going to be one of those things. No, keep the blood in. I need my killings. Like, no. I'm perfectly fine with it.
I mean, there's enough killing in the Future Trunks saga. I mean, the whole planet died.
Like,
spoilers, I guess.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Everyone dies.
But that's an alternate future, so don't worry about that too much.
One of many.
Yeah, apparently... Well, it's really confusing to get into time travel in Dragon Ball, but...
And that's what made me... Like, honestly, when I see, like, Future Trunks, he could... Like, Dragon Ball Z, that was the one thing on Toonami that I repeatedly watched. Because, I don't know if you remember, I'm, like, probably, like... God, I'm like, what? You're 24, 25?
Oh, no, I'm only 23. So.
You're only 23?
Yeah.
Good God. I got 6 years on Marco. Damn it!
You're 6 years my elder. You're my senpai, technically.
Notice me, senpai. But, like, back in the day, Toonami, they had it where it showed in the afternoon, then it showed at midnight. It was the Toonami Midnight Run.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of those dudes. I'll watch it during the day, and I'll make sure I'll stay up to midnight to watch it again. And the Trunk Saga, it was it.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, I lived on the West Coast, so it actually started at 9, so I could watch it.
Oh, yeah, lucky you, okay? Okay, I stayed up till midnight. My young body, I put it through the struggle to let it know. Dragon Ball Z, that's what we watching. Day in, day out.
Yeah, we earned those bags under our eyes.
But no, like Trunk Saga, I mean, especially when he came in and he sliced Frieza in half. Which, I mean, I've seen later on as an adult, the uncensored version, where it was like, he literally sliced him in half. Seen all the fillings. But, like... Dragon Ball Super, I was highly disappointed with this Trunks saga. I'm like, this is not my Trunks. Who is this pathetic human being? But he's half sad. He's not half sad. He's weak. And I mean, they gave him a nice ending for that saga. But yeah.
But now we're on to the future, not the future Trunks saga, but the Universe Survival Saga.
Now that right there, it is exciting. Like when you throw a tournament arc into anything, like for My Hero Academia, it draws attention. Like Naruto, Chunin exam, everybody was hyped up about that. So this tournament saga, I'm hoping it goes well. How do you feel about it? Because I've been like, ranting off about almost everything. Like, I don't like this, I don't like that. I feel like I'm nitpicking.
I mean, nitpick away, but personally, Dragon Ball Super, it's been hit or miss the entire time. I've been in and out constantly. But with the Universe Survival Saga, I'm kind of just like, I'll watch every episode. I'm in all the way. Just because I kind of want to see what happens.
Oh, so you're not dipping your toe. You just,
I plunged in. I did I'm skinny dipping in this anime. And just to give a little background to the whole saga, basically Zeno, king of the universe.
Of course, I like how it's always in the form of a little kid.
Yeah, you know what, little kid, most scary motherfucker in the world. Because he can literally kill a universe just by thinking about it. But currently there are 12 universes, and there's about 4 of them are exempt from the tournament. So 8 universes are fighting. They have 10 fighters, so that's 80 people. Mm-hmm. 80 guys in a battle royale in one stage.
Yeah, that's like the first part of the fight.
Yeah. Well, we had an exhibition match, and, Gohan almost got floored. But he clutched it out in the end.
He did, but I was so disappointed. I'm like, this is not Gohan. What is you doing?
Put down the books. Go to the gym. Do something. You are a disgrace to your father. But he did actually kind of pull it out in the end.
Well, no, he did, and I do appreciate that about his character. It's just that I felt like the whole quote-unquote Mystic Gohan, they just, tossed it to the side.
Yeah. I mean, he's going straight up to Super Saiyan. And I felt like Mystic, he kind of, transcended Super Saiyan at that point.
Yeah,
But I guess we're forgetting that.
Didn't it happen?
Yeah, no. Forget the fact that you almost became, the strongest warrior in Dragon Ball Z.
Because, Mystic Gohan, supposedly, it was either on par or exceeded Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, and he was facing, Majin Buu with the absorbed Gotenks.
Yeah, so, and he was level 3. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, that is Zord. So it was just to the point where, of course, he got caught off guard when he got his Zord. It's just, what happened to you now? I mean, yes, I understand you haven't been training for, almost, 5 years, probably?
Actually, let's see, time skip between Buu and Oob, that's 5 years, so this is about... Roughly 3 years?
Okay, so matter of almost. So it's one of those things where I'm like, why are you so weak? Gohan, what is you doing?
Go back to the gym. Like I said.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Which is totally something I think...
Dude, I couldn't believe that. Because, 3 years?
3 years, that's all it takes. I mean, he did get a daughter in that time.
Yeah.
He had to graduate college, I think, so...
I mean, regular time would have been a matter of, 3 days. Why, what's her name? His girlfriend?
Her name's Videl.
Yeah, Videl.
Because it's the devil.
Yes.
So, because her dad's Satan.
While she's sitting there, while she's pregnant, he could have just been like, let me get a couple of days, to go train for this tournament. I mean, they knew already when the tournament was going to take place. Hyperbolic time chamber, be there for a day or two, come back out, bam.
They do have some time between now, which is the current episodes, and when the tournament starts.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think everyone should just go into the hyperbolic time chamber.
And just train up. Most likely it's probably a week or a couple of days.
No, it's 40 hours. Exactly 40 hours.
Okay, 40 hours. Yeah.
I mean, 1 hour.
That's a work week.
1 hour made Gotenks go from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 3.
Yes. So he could go in there, train like he needs to, go with his father, go with, his father and Vegeta, and possibly try to achieve within that period of time Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, totally, perfectly. Or they could even try to go Super Saiyan Rose, like Black Goku. If you missed the Future Trunks saga, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But
so they can at least say, yeah, we do have strong fighters on our team, but we got 3 Super Saiyans that could probably mop the floor with everybody.
Yeah.
Until female Broly shows up.
Oh my god. I'm so glad that this is a battle royale. Because
I feel like female Broly's just going to stand there and I'm just going to wait until after everyone is done so I can actually, participate in the fight.
Yeah. And also, flying is forbidden, which is really weird.
Seems fair. Probably, you got to think about it. It's a different universe. What if other people are not accustomed to flying?
Oh yeah, I mean every universe they have like different mortality levels.
Yeah.
And apparently Goku's universe 7 is at like the second lowest. So I'm just like, oh man, if Goku in his universe they're like the second to the bottom, where are all these other people?
I mean, let's think about the fact that like it's supposed to be very hard to find the Dragon Balls, and yet they found all 7 of them multiple times.
Yeah. Oh well.
To wish people back.
And apparently the Dragon Balls are based off of the Super Dragon Balls.
Damn you, Yamcha.
Oh, I like how Yamcha thinks he's gonna get invited to the tournament.
Like, dude.
He's like, the 10 strongest fighters in the world. I'll definitely get an invite.
You're not even number 11.
No. I mean, we have androids. We have 2 androids who are still alive. We have 4,
Which,
5
by the way,
Saiyans.
I'm liking how they brought back 17. Never seen that coming.
Yeah. There's like books and expanded stuff where it's like, oh, 17 was always alive.
Yeah.
And American fans are just like, oh, really?
I mean, because, like, even, like, with the regular Dragon Ball Z, like, they never mention him. But in GT, they brought him back, and, you know, he became a villain and all that, like, you know, mess. But I'm glad that he's back, and he's actually one of their, like, 10 fighters, along with Piccolo.
Piccolo finally getting some action, too.
I know.
And Krillin.
Oh, man.
He has been relevant since, like, the Frieza saga.
And he's the strongest human on the planet.
Yeah, and apparently he's picked up a few techniques, which I'm excited to see that.
I'm ready to see. Like, even like his like sparring match against Goku, it was one of those. I know you can keep up even with his Super Saiyan form until you go Super Saiyan Blue. Then it's like, yeah, Krillin, we need you to stop.
Krillin, you better grow some hair.
That's where he gets his power from.
Superhuman.
He's like charging his. He's like, you don't know my final form.
This isn't even my final form.
Is that a mullet?
Hashtag mullet for Krillin.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Super, I can only see where it's going to go from here. I want to be excited. I'm hoping to be, you know, thrilled. I'm hoping to be, like, you know, thrown with, like, all kind of, like, joy with Gohan finally being back in the, you know, thrill of fighting. Having all these characters that we haven't really seen do anything because it's always been focused on, of course, Goku and Vegeta and their Super Saiyan forms. Now it's like, okay, now we're about to see everybody else, you know, throw them hands.
Yeah. Even Majin Buu looks like he's coming back and he's skinny.
I mean, yeah, he's strong anyway, so it shouldn't even be an issue.
But I think we're about to transition into something we don't really want to talk about, but might as well.
I completely forgot. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Ghost in the Shell movie, which only one of us saw.
I seen it, but it wasn't by proper means.
Yeah, but I saw it the whole way through. I went to the theater, I saw Ghost in the Shell, and I was like, this is a pretty good adaptation of the English dub. Everyone sounds like a robot.
Okay, so I've told you I only seen a small portion of it because I was like, I'm not finna waste time and energy to continue watching this movie. Give me your opinion about it, because technically, I didn't see the movie.
Yeah. My opinion, my 2 cents on Ghost in the Shell, it's alright. It's the least awful live-action anime we've had so far.
Okay, have you seen Death Note? Not the one Netflix is doing, but one of, like, you know, I believe it came out in, like, mid-2000s.
Yeah, like, I think 2006.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that one, but I'm thinking, like, live-action American
Oh,
adaptations.
okay, live-action.
So we have things like Evolution, Dragon Ball Evolution to compare to...
we don't count that.
Technically, you can consider The Last Airbender an adaptation, and... that fails.
We definitely don't count that one.
Yeah. So Ghost in the Shell, is it a good first step? It's decent.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to lie. It visually adapts everything pretty well. But
Which I've seen trailers and, like, even, like, the opening scene, which, like, I mean, wow. That was beautiful.
yeah, that's a definite eye-opener. But philosophically, it doesn't really translate that much.
Okay.
So it doesn't dig too deep in the whole cyberization of mankind and how far is too much and when do we start losing our humanity. It just really goes with like touching the surface of that.
As in, oh, I can't believe you guys did this to me and I want to do this and do it. Like, with Ghost in the Shell, from what I've seen in the trailers and, like, even other people, you know, who opinions and asked about it, whenever I think of Ghost in the Shell, it's like half humanity been taken away just so we can, one, extend our lives and, like, edit ourselves better because now we have machined bodies.
Yeah.
And are we trying to, quote unquote, play God and achieve this perfect form?
And it's something that they just barely scratch that surface of, like, what makes us human, and that's about it. Like, it's at one point in the movie they say it's not your memories that define you, it's what you do, and they probably touch on that twice in the movie, and that's about it. I know it's like a main theme throughout, like underneath everything, but it's also something that they don't really dig too much into. And there's other things like how far is too far with playing God like this.
Yeah.
Because you're really playing with the lives of people and just turning them into products, really, just machines. And I don't know, it didn't really go that far. And if you want like a really good Ghost in the Shell adaptation, I think The Matrix is where it's at.
Yeah, that's probably the best you're going to be able to get. And another thing that surprised me is Japanese movie producers, they haven't even touched Ghost in the Shell yet to make it a live action movie. And for America to like, oh, let's go ahead and do this, like, first of all, it ain't originally our material. What the hell are you doing? Okay? Second, yes, it looks nice. I like how you took certain like parts of like the original movie and like did it scene by scene. But at the same time, like, you honestly don't understand the culture. So I don't even care that Scarlett Johansson played Major. I mean, Hollywood did what they had to do to try to profit off this somewhat. But at the same time, I believe they should have chose like another franchise to try to make live action.
Yeah.
They should try again with Dragon Ball, so we can just criticize them even more.
I mean, Man of Steel is a pretty good Dragon Ball movie at the end.
Oh, God.
But disasters aside. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I'm fine with Scarlett Johansson because they do explain in continuity for the movie, like,
well, yeah, I know
why she's cast as the Major.
Oh, of course.
And that's an alright excuse. I'll let that fly.
But I mean, it's one of those things, like, the casting, it doesn't really bother me that much. Like, it does. So, like, you can, of course, I hate to throw the race situation out there, but, of course, they want it to be more Asian people. But at the same time, it's like, Ghost in the Shell, we're dealing with a lot of robots here.
Yeah. And all their bodies are artificial anyway, so, like, does a cyborg's body need an ethnicity? Or can you just have someone who's kind of like a blank slate and acts like a blank slate, like Scarlett Johansson?
Exactly.
She acts pretty robotic, but I feel like that's intentional.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, something like what Netflix is doing with Death Note, that right there, that's supposed to be like an all Japanese cast. Like, you've strayed far away from the original material. But at the same time, when Death Note was released, it was an edgy period.
Yeah, the early 2000s and like mid 2000s is like a very edgy. Anime is for those kids who really you might see them at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
And to have that adaptation that's like, I feel like 2000s nostalgia is starting now.
Yeah.
It's starting really early.
I thought we were still in the 90s, but I guess that just came and gone.
Yeah, we're in this point where it's like 90s, late 90s nostalgia mixed with early 2000s nostalgia, and Death Note's kind of at that edgy teens need edgy memes kind of phase.
Are we going back to like the huge baggy jeans and like, you know, wearing jerseys again?
I hope not. I definitely hope not.
Maybe that's just me, and I grew up like in a certain like urban area where that was like the norm, where everyone was wearing like, you know, sports jerseys, and then like the girls had like the jersey dresses.
Oh my god! See,
that was early 2000s, man.
I don't know about Chicago. I didn't grow up in Chicago, but
all the guys wore headbands.
Really? Oh, jeez. I'm sure they bought their Naruto headbands and Hot Topic too.
No. I'm talking about like the basketball headbands.
Oh, okay.
Like if it was that, I'd be like, okay, I grew up in a cool time. No, I'm talking about like everybody. Like, I mean, sports has always been a big thing, but it was like people wore sports gear to like school. I'm like, that's why the kids now have to wear uniforms, because what we were wearing back then made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but Death Note, it feels like a, you know, 4Kids?
Yes.
When they did dubs?
Yes.
They had to localize everything? Mm-hmm. The Death Note movie feels like a localization of everything.
Oh, God.
Where everyone's going to be eating hot dogs instead of sushi.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of those, just everything's going to be changed so it's Americanized.
I just feel like it's going to be Americanized, early 2000 style. Because when I seen the trailer, I'm just like, that's not modern day. Like, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, everything seems like it's really edgy.
Yeah.
And it's... But should we move on to something that's actually really good?
Are we going to talk about what we just watched?
Yeah, we just watched Gantz. Oh.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, both of us kind of missed it last year, but we've watched it right now.
It's one of because there's a live action Gantz movie which I've only seen like the first 5 minutes because I was at a friend's house. They were like, "Oh, let's watch this," and they were trying to put it on while at the same time we were supposed to be like going out to the bar. And I'm like, "How do you expect us to pay attention to this? Well, we're all prepping to go to the bar." But what I've seen, I'm like, okay, I have to sit down and watch that. I'm watching Gantz every single second. I was not expecting what was happening to happen. I'm like, okay, I know it's for this typical, like, no, it was not that.
Yeah. Just to briefly go through the story, as far as I understand it, because I'm not a Gantz fan.
I'm not a Gantz fan either. But even then, every time I get into, like, this property, I'm just like, I'm more lost than I was before.
Yeah. This is my first exposure to Gantz, but I'm like, you know what? I'll give this a try. Because if there's crazy monsters like this in every episode, I'm down with that. Gantz dude gets killed in a subway accident.
Yeah.
In a stabbing. Ends up in this room with this group of people and this ball called Gantz. And apparently these people, every night there's like monster attacks and they have to go out and stop these monsters, and it's a survival game. And the whole point of the game is to survive, but you're also racking up points. Every monster you kill, worth a certain amount of points. Things go crazy from there, and as you could guess, blood and gore ensues. Charles, what'd you think about this movie?
I can possibly say it's probably one of the best movies of 2016 that I've seen. Like,
better than Civil War?
Better than, I'm just joking. No, like, anime wise, I'm upset that I missed out on this.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, how did I miss this?
Like, it is so crazy. Like, I'm just sitting there.
But thanks, Netflix, for having this on.
Yes. I mean, they even had like a Pacific Rim moment.
There's a lot of moments that you could just point and be like, this is awesome. This is awesome. That guy's head exploding is really awesome. That giant robot fighting a bull thing is awesome.
A bull spider scorpion thingy.
Bull spider scorpion snake thing.
Like every time I seen something, I'm just like, okay, how could this get even better? Oh, shut up, Charles. It just got better.
There's so many different monsters. I like the monster designs a lot.
Yeah.
They're very like traditional Japanese monsters, like from folklore.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a few that are just like, oh, those are badass.
It felt like as if this was like a very like Japanese RPG.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many like RPG
like
games.
Like an M-rated RPG.
Yeah. Like, it was like one of those, like, at first when I seen, because, like, every monster that you've seen, it was just like, wow. Like, for instance, Persona 5, that's pretty much sweeping the streets right now. It felt slightly like that with, like, all the creatures that they had in this movie. Well, it was like, man, okay, this is RPG. I got my characters. Okay, this character died. I ain't got no potions to bring this character back. That's it. He's done. And then, like, the major boss fight, it was traditionally, like, every boss fight I've ever seen in a game where it's like, yeah, we defeat the boss. Nope, got a new form. Defeat again. Nope, got a new form. Let's try this one more time. Okay, he done wiped out everybody. Hero comes in to save the day. Bam. That was the last time. He's good.
Except they kind of flipped that around.
Yeah.
The hero didn't really care about saving the day.
No.
And then he went away, and then the scrubs had to basically clean up after him.
Yes. It's crazy. Oh, you considering that guy the hero?
Well, I mean, your traditional hero that, you know, is so badass and kicks ass and is going to do the final blow.
Oh, man.
He's like, nah, it's too risky right now. I'm going to go camp.
I seriously did not expect that to happen to him. I was like, no one, I repeat, no one gets any pity in this movie.
No. Like, all these characters, I guess they call it Gantz because they go to Osaka.
Yeah.
All these characters are like gangsters or just thugs or people who just don't care about humanity at all. And like, you don't really care when they die because most of them deserve to die.
Yeah.
Most of them deserve to die in these horrible deaths that they got because they're fictional characters and they're also shitty people. But the gruesome kind of terrible ways that they do die or get dismembered. Some characters get dismembered, but they're fine. They're still alive.
Some of them like, oh, I lost an arm or some legs. It's okay. But some of them, it's just like, okay, I see the head. What did you do to the rest of the body?
No, they're a puddle of blood right there. The head used to be connected to that puddle of blood. But
yes.
And the weapons in this movie are just...
Oh, I've never seen anything like this.
Exactly. I mean, you could say some of the guns are like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
They're like a very M-rated version of Ratchet and Clank.
Well, this actual like anime movie had an anime which came from a manga which came out many years ago. So Ratchet and Clank, you guys got to be careful. You're probably going to get sued.
Oh, I'm sure Sony's going to be like, you know what, here's some hush-hush money.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you know, Sony nowadays, you know, they just trying to stay afloat.
Yeah. All their films division anyway. The games seem like they're doing all right.
Oh, yeah. They're doing perfectly fine. Films, anyway.
they could just separate those two, that'll be fine.
Just like we can no longer call you Sony. We don't want that bad rap on us.
We'll call you Own C. How about that? That's good, right?
But no, overall, Gantz Zero, it makes me excited.
Well, it's Gantz-O.
Oh, Gantz-O?
Yeah.
Okay, Gantz-O. Because, you know, I love how, like, with the whole, like, Japanese language and culture, where, like, for instance, the X actually mean cross.
I know.
I don't know why, but it just sounds cool. But yeah, like, overall, Gantz-O, I enjoyed it. I'm happy to have watched this movie, and it changed my mind about, like, Gantz overall, because I've seen him, like, oh, you know, it's okay. That's it. I'm going full-blown to Gantz everything.
Yeah, gonna try and get into anime. I'm sure Crunchyroll or something has it.
Yeah, we'll research that and probably put it in text, like, right here.
Yeah, we'll research. If it's not in the descriptions, I don't know where to find it.
Yeah.
Legally, anyway.
Oh, we can't tell you where to find it illegally. We don't fund that kind of stuff.
We're not gonna outsource these illegal whatevers.
But 9 times out of 10, it's probably on Crunchyroll or even Netflix. I think I've probably seen it on there.
Yeah, the movie's definitely on Netflix. That's how we saw it.
Yes.
And thanks to the lovely Andrea, we have been introduced to Gantz-O.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thanks, babe. But anyway, Gantz-O gets a big thumbs up from me.
Oh, they put their foot in it.
They put their foot in it. All right, Charles, do you think that's the end of the podcast?
I think that's the end of the podcast.
All right, just reminding anyone, if you're new to the channel, it'd be a big help if you subscribe.
Like and comment.
Share with all your friends on social media if you'd like.
Stalk them about it. Be like, hey, it's these 2 crazy guys. They got this podcast, and they're actually kind of funny.
They're kind of funny. Not really funny, just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But remember, Nerd Boys Comics Blog. That's all you need to know.
That's all.
Comics with an X.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Or Z Cross.
Oh, those Japanese people. They're always screwing up my username. But
Until next time.
we'll see you guys later. Peace.
See ya.